During my seminary years, I remember what our old priest is telling us. And I always bring it with me and always give me courage to go on with the vocation that God has given. And this is what he always told us. Do you think that when you are inside the church, when you are become a seminarian, do you think that you will become happy always? And then he said, no. Because the moment that you are being close to God, the more the devil will pull you away from God. He will do everything. He will do to destroy your unity with God. Because we know that God has friends in this world. So that no one will pray for him. Or no one will go on with the mission that God has given to all of us. My dear brothers and sisters, do you know that what is the secret to have the grace of God for us? And that is unity. Now, if we are united, then God we will receive the blessing of God to each and every one of us, and we can feel that the blessing of God that has given to each and every one of us. That's why in our gospel today, Christ is praying that we should be united, that we will always continue to be united, not only to God, but also to our brothers and sisters, so that the grace of God will continue, and that the joy we will also receive as how Christ and God, the Trinity, is united. No, there is a unity between the three, because God, our God, is not God of division, but God of unity. But what makes us united, and what makes us divided, and that is our pride. That we think that we are very good, that we think that no one is better or more good than us, that we don't want to listen, and also our jealousy. Because of that jealousy that we have, it creates us division. God, why he is very good? Why me? Why this is what I have received? Why he is very lucky and I am not? And that makes us think that God is so unfair to each and every one of us. And also in the church, that division also creates chaos between the servant, those who serve in the church. It also creates division if we think to ourselves as high and mighty among our fellow brothers and sisters. That's why when we see the first reading today, St. Paul knows the weakness in front of the Pharisees and the Sadducees, because he is, as the first reading says, he declares that he is also a Pharisee. And we know that story, that before he becomes St. Paul, he is told that the persecutor of the first Christians. Now that's why he creates a word that he knows what makes these two groups, the group of the religious, the Pharisee, and the group of those who think of this worldly, of the worldly things, and that is the Sadducees. And he knows that what makes them divided is the word resurrection. Because the Pharisees believes of the resurrection, and the Sadducees do not believe in resurrection. That's why the Sadducees will always say, before you die, you should become happy, you should make yourself happy. Do everything in this world before you're dead. So that, because when you are to die, then nothing more, you have nothing more to go. Then your body is dead already, and your life is dead already. That's why they do not believe in resurrection. And that makes the two groups, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, divided. Now that's why they did not make any decision for St. Paul. Instead, then there is chaos, because they debate among themselves with regard to resurrection. That's why, because of this division, that the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they did not create, they did not make the make a better world or a better place that we can, or to have a good relationship with one another. And the grace of God is given us to have a peace of mind. If we are united within the family, then the peace within us is continuous. The joy, the joy that God has given us will be with ours. That's why Pope Leo XIV said, "No, we have to know how to listen, not to judge, and not to shut doors as if we hold the truth and no one else has anything else to offer." So this attitude of thinking that we know it better than others and thinking that we are superior than others is what often led to bitter division in the church, harming many souls, and always those who have been caught in the division. Who ultimately benefit from all this? It is Satan, the evil one, the orchestration of division. Let us continue to be united as one church in our mission